So I thought I would do my top 10 books of 2024. Let's ignore the fact that I sound like this. I have a cold, but I really wanted to film this and I'm very excited to share my favourite books. So I'm just going to go in the order that I read them, I think. I feel like that will be the most logical way to do it. There's no ranking because I don't think I could pick a favourite book out of all of them. So the first book I have is The Fake Out. This book was incredible. I absolutely loved this. I'd already read Behind the Net last year and I loved it, but I got this one in a giveaway from Stephanie at the very beginning of the year. I read it immediately. It was my first read of the year, my first 5-star of the year, and my first top book of the year, and I just loved it so much. It was so sweet, and if you've not read it yet, you need to pick it up. You can also now find it in the works. It's now traditionally published, so go and grab it in the works because it is just amazing. And in the same vein, I read the next book in the series as an arc, The Wingman, in September. I think it was September, and it is just the cutest book. I think I might have liked The Wingman more than I liked The Fake Out. I love them both equally. I can't choose between Rory and Hayden, but I feel like The Wingman, the story, I just loved it a tiny bit more. Stephanie just writes the most swoony male main characters that are utterly obsessed with their girls. They will do anything for them, and both of these ones, the gift giving, chef's kiss. Oh my gosh, I loved it. So these are the first two books in this year's top 10. Next up are another pair of books that are in the same series, and I absolutely loved these books so much. I don't know what it is. I feel like Sarah Adams is such a comfort author for me. They were just so sweet. There's no spice in them at all. They're just the most cozy, comforting reads. I read these in January, I think, January or February, and they were just perfect. The small town, I just honestly loved every single moment of these, and I don't think I've found the feeling of comfort and just being part of a small town that I had with these books. I've not found that again in any other books. So if anyone has any recs like these ones that made you feel the same way that you felt reading these, because I honestly adore these books and I need more books like it. Another arc that I read and absolutely fell in love with immediately was That First Flight. It was incredible. It's single parent, which we know I love. It's kind of billionaire. It's just, it had everything. It's roommates to lovers, but also strangers to lovers. It's just so good. If you've not read it, or if you've not read any of the series or any of Jen's books, you absolutely need to, because they're just incredible. She has a new series coming out next year, and this one in particular is just my absolute favourite of the lot. I loved it. Mackenzie is just the cutest little girl, and just the whole dynamic with Oliver and Macy was just the absolute cutest. Also, Oliver Ford is one of my all-time favourite MCs. He is a walking green flag, golden retriever cinnamon roll. He's just incredible, and I love him, and I need a real one of him in my life because he is just so sweet. Next up is Wildfire, and I loved this book so much. I loved it so much more than Icebreaker, and I gave Icebreaker 5 stars, but I loved this one way more. I'm also so excited to read Daydream. I haven't read it yet, but knowing how much I loved this one, I'm so excited for it. And I think this one also holds such a special place in my heart because the 2 videos that I posted of this book are the 2 that went viral. I feel like this one just has a very special place on my shelf and in my heart, and I loved it. It's another one of my top 10 for this year. I feel like the next one is not going to shock anybody. I absolutely love the single parent trope. I eat it up every time. So Heartless was so good. I also did love Reckless. I loved Reckless. It's not one of my top 10 books. Heartless is my favourite of the series so far. I still need to read Hopeless, but I don't think anything's going to beat this. This was just incredible. Everything about it was perfect. If you've read the series, let me know in the comments which is your favourite, because I love having this discussion with everyone, because this is my favourite and always will be. Another book that has a very special place in my heart and on this list is Live Ranch Love by Emma Lucy. If you've not read this yet, what are you doing? Go and read it. If you want like flawless Chestnut Springs vibes in the cutest little town on this beautiful ranch with the most amazing characters, the most swooniest cowboy, you need to read this book. This book is amazing. I loved everything about it. It genuinely felt like I was reading a Chestnut Springs book. That is how good it is. And I am very patiently waiting for books 2 and 3. This was the first ever PR box I ever received. It is my first physical ARC of any book, and I honestly just love it so much. And if you've not read this, go read it. I will never ever stop recommending this book, and I will never stop talking about this book. So read it and prepare to be sick of me. I feel like I read so many ARCs in June and July, and another one I absolutely loved was Mad Love by Willa Astor. She just knows how to write the single parent trope. I don't know what it is, but every book that I've read by her with the single parent trope has been an immediate 5 stars. I have absolutely loved them all, and this one was so sweet because Weston, the male main character, doesn't know that he has a son, and the situation that kind of occurs puts him and the baby's guardian, who is his aunt, together, and it is just the sweetest story of friendship and roommates to lovers, friends to lovers, but they start by disliking each other, then they become friends, and it is just honestly such a heartwarming, cute story, and I wish I could read it again for the first time. I'm also very, very excited to read the rest of the series because they are all single dads, so I feel like this series is going to be a complete 5 star for me. And I feel like the last book on this list will not surprise anyone, Once Upon a Broken Heart. I couldn't pick which one of the series, so I'm going to put this one. Let's just pretend this is for the whole series because I didn't have space to put them all on the list. I can't decide whether this one or The Ballad of Never After is my favourite. I can't believe it took me this long to get around to it. I have been so excited to read this for so long, and I just haven't had the time because I wanted to read them back to back so that I really would like get lost in the story, and it was so worth the wait. I am now so sad that I cannot read them for the first time again. I genuinely just love all of Stephanie Garber's books. I gave the entire series 5 stars. I absolutely love it, and if you've not read it yet and you're waiting like I was, please read it. Please, please, please read it. It is incredible. You need to read Caraval first. That's the hill that I will die on. I think you need to read Caraval first. But please pick this up and read it because it is incredible. And the covers are just beautiful. The special editions of these are stunning. I have collected quite a few. I have an entire Stephanie Garber shelf. So yeah, this had to be on my top 10 list. So my top 10 books of 2024 are The Fake Out, The Wingman, When in Rome, Practice Makes Perfect, That First Flight, Wildfire, Heartless, Live Ranch Love, Mad Love, Once Upon a Broken Heart. I feel like you can tell how much I loved them by the tabs. There are so many. I haven't tabbed this copy of Live Ranch Love yet because I read it on my Kindle, but I do want to go back and tab it so that I have a beautiful tabbed copy. So those are my top 10 books of 2024, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and comment below either your favourite book, or if you're like me and you can't pick, your 5 or 10 top favourite books of this year, because I need more recommendations and I love seeing what other people's favourite books are. So leave those down below, give this video a like and subscribe if you're not following me. So thank you guys, and I'll see you in my next video.